Number 10. Batista Bomb. Batista rose to prominence as a member of Evolution, learning from the likes of Ric Flair and Triple H while developing his own skills and laying the foundation for a Hall of Fame career. Along the way, he put foe after foe away with a punishing sit-out powerbomb he called the Batista Bomb. That finisher would help him build momentum late in 2004, and he would use it to obliterate Triple H and capture his first World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 21, powering him up and bringing him crashing to the mat for the dramatic win. He would lean on that finisher throughout his rivalries with Undertaker, Edge, and John Cena, defeating them all en route to more championships victories as one of the biggest stars of 2000s. When he returned to WWE years later, everyone from Daniel Bryan to Dolph Ziggler to the Shield felt the wrath of the spine-crossing finisher. Number 9. Stone Cold Stunner. It's the same Steve Austin, only injured one real full year of competition in the 2000s. Injuries and creative frustration prevented him from dominating the decade in the same way he died the late 1990s. But he still made his presence felt throughout 2001, reigning as a WWE champion for the majority of that year, teetering back and forth between the badass rebels and the paranoid leader of the alliance. He accomplished his success courtesy of the Stone Cold Stunner. Whether he was turning the Rock inside out with heat or bringing the honor of the evil Mr. McMahon to his knees, Austin gleefully whooped ass with this finisher. One of the most popular finishing maneuver of all time, it has enjoyed a renaissance of the late thanks to Kevin Owens, who recently failed Seth Rollins with it as an ode to the Texas Rattlesnake. Number 8. Rock Bottom. Before he dominated Hollywood, The Rock dropped his opponents with his rock bottom finisher, driving them back first into the mat with his all force and fury. A modified Uranagi, it became his most effective finisher, even though the people's elbows was flashier. The face of WWE early in the new millennium, he downed Triple H and the rest of the McMahon Helmsley regime night after night. Throughout 2000s, he turned his attention to the likes of Booker T and McMahon Taste and Chris Jericho in 2001. Returns to the squad circle brought him victories over Hulk Hogan, CM Punk, and John Cena, all of the strength of his trademark finishing maneuver. Number 7. Tombstone Piledriver. There are few finishers more storied and effective than the Undertaker's Tombstone Piledriver. For 3 decades, he has utilized it to put away the top stars of the industries. In 2000, after a 2-year stint utilizing the Last Ride Powerbomb, he reverted back to the move that had netted him the most success, returning to the Deadman persona from his American Badass character. He reintroduced the Tombstone Piledriver to the WWE Universe. He defeated Shawn Michaels, Triple H, CM Punk, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, and Edge with the move, all while firmly establishing himself as one of the industry giants. The Deadman was not only the one to utilize that particular move to success, as his brother Kane defeated Rey Mysterio to recapture the World Heavyweight Championship with it as an ode to his sibling. Of course, it was later revealed he used it out the mockery after assaulting the Phenom, but it was effective nonetheless. Now, as The Undertaker continues to maul retirement, who knows when we will see the Tombstone on WWE again. Number 6. Switch in music. Before super kick parties watered the move down and everyone used it as an indie match setup, Shawn Michaels' switch in music was a lights out finisher he could execute from nearly anywhere in the ring. Sudden, quick, and devastating it all. He has become a victory upon his return to the ring in 2002. Michaels' ability to catch anyway with the kick from any position made it such a valuable piece of his arsenal, whether he was setting it up and playing to the crowd before shattering his opponent's jaws or catching Shelton Benjamin mid-flight with a kick that bent him back. He could pop the crowd while adding drama to every one of his bouts. By the time he retired as a full-time wrestler in 2010, he had made the super kick such a staple of the industry that it became more and more a part of matches, essentially diminishing its effectiveness as a finishing maneuver. Today, it is so prevalent that it is almost unfathomable that the greatest wrestler of all time used it as a finishing move for the majority of his career. Number 5. Pedigree. There are just some moves that instantly spell defeat. Triple H's pedigree was one of them. Over the last 20 years, the game has won a lot of matches. He has been at the forefront of the industry, one of its few constant in the 2 decades of the transition. Since the Attitude Era, he has been a heel, babyface, and a king of kings, and degenerator. No matters the persona, he always put his opponents away with his trusty pedigree, a double underhook face buster that dropped opponents face first into the mat. It was just a devastating finisher that Booker T and lay unconsciously for nearly 2 minutes at WrestleMania 19 before Triple H grabbed his arm over him and successfully retained the world title. Though he sees in the ring action relation list today, he still relies on the finisher as a means to victory. That is, when he's in ripping opponents' nose rings out and blasting them with sledgehammers. Number 4. Attitude Adjustment. John Cena is the face of Ruthless Aggression Era, the top star of WWE over the last 2 decades. Without his rise to the top of the industry in 2005, there is no telling what the company will look like today, whether as the Doctor of Thugonomics or the leader of the She Nation. He owns 16 world titles and countless other accolades with the Attitude Adjustment, the finisher, a modified Death Valley driver that laid opponents flat rather than driving them head first into the mat, showed off Cena's considerable strength while allowing him a quicker transition into a pin. He won his first WWE Championship with the move driving John Bradshaw Layfield into the mat at WrestleMania 21. He defeated Edge, Randy Orton, Umaga, Chris Jericho, CM Punk, Batista, and The Rock with the move, all while enhancing his own legacy. While others will utilize finisher based in the fireman's carry, Cena's A is one that has remained uncopied. Though he is no longer a full-time performer, he is still likely to pop up from time to time and deliver an attitude adjustment to any superstar in need of one. Number 3. RKO. Like the Diamond Cutter and era earlier than Orton's, RKO is one of the best finishers in all professional wrestling for one very good reason. It's spontaneously. With the RKO at his disposal, the Viper can strike from out of nowhere, lending a sense of drama to his matches that others with move unviolated finisher cannot. He can amber his way out of pedigree and ride into RKO. He can escape or kill switch, leapfrog Christian and deliver it from there. He can even time it at just right to catch a flying even Borney in mid-air with the RKO and drive him head and neck first into the mat. Heel or babyface, the move always ensures a pop from the crowd, which appreciates the creativity Orton puts into the execution of the move, just a Diamond Cat Alice Pace did before him. As performer in other promos utilize it more liberally as a setup in their match, no one can quick deliver the version of the quarter with the quite the showmanship Orton does, making the RK one of the disputed best finisher of the last 20 years. Number 2. F5. With the fury of destructive twister, Brock Lesnar hoists his opponents upon his shoulders, twists his hips and drives them into the mat with his pounded F5, a finisher unlike any fans had seen before when he first unleashed it in 2002. The move quickly earned him an unbeaten streak that he rode right into that year's of SummerSlam. With momentum on his side and a hunger to capture gold fueling him, Lesnar defeated The Rock to capture the WWE title by utilizing his finisher and became what was then the youngest WWE champion ever. From there, the Beast Incarnate introduced Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan, Edge, Big Show, and The Undertaker to similar fates as he built his star before leaving the company for the other pastures. His return to McMahon in 2002 while reintroducing the WWE Universe to his particular brand of carnage. Courtesy of his F5 finisher, a whole new era of stars filled of pain associated with the move. And at WrestleMania 30, defeated The Undertaker and in his storied undefeated streak in one of the most shocking and unforgettable moments in modern wrestling. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Ricochet, and Finn Balor have all tasted the F5, falling at the feet of Lesnar and proving that no matter the generation, his finisher remains as destructive as ever. And the number 1, the Spear. The most devastating finisher of the last 20 years is, drumroll please, the spear. While one will not necessarily point to that particular offensive explosive as the best move, not when there are flashier ones to choose from, the evidence suggests it is. Ace utilized it as a finisher throughout his career, introducing it to his arsenal in 2001 and employing it 5 years later as he cashed in Money in the Bank and took the WWE Championship from the John Cena. It will be his greatest weapons against the babyface he pissed off during his time as a heel-rated as superstar and those who cheered him late in his career. The 2000 Triple Hall of Famer wasn't the only one to popularize the move, though. Bobby Lashley rooted it to the ECW Championship in 2006 and continues to turn opponents inside out in the weekly basis in 2020. Batista added it to his arsenal and Goldberg relied heavily on it during his return in the ring 2017. However, no superstar has found as much as success with it as his primary finisher since. The Big Dog rose to the top of the industry, winning the WWE and Universal Championship by using the spear to drive the air out of his opponents. Loading up, he launches himself at his opponents, forcing them down and picking up win after win in search of his next title. With Edge back in the squad circle and Reigns still in his athletic prime, expect the spear to remain a major part of WWE television for the foreseeable future and to be the greatest finisher of all time.